Okay, let's see question 7. Joe wants to fence a rectangular garden. So rectangle, right? So we picture a rectangle in our head. What is a rectangle? The opposite sides are parallel and the four corners are 90 degrees. So with a parameter of 90 feet, that means these four sides adds up. So we call this width. We have two width, we have two length. So when we add those four sides, that's 90 degrees. So the sum of four sides is called a parameter. If the length of the garden is 3 feet less than twice the width, so that gives a relation, right? That gives a relation of L, length of the garden, means equals to 3 less than twice the width. So 2W minus 3. So we need to find the dimensions of this garden. So which means we need to find the length and the width. So we have two equations, right? We have the parameter, which is a 2L plus 2W equals to 90. See, this is a system of two equations. So we're going to solve the system of two equations. Well, L is 2W minus 3. So we put this L into the second equation. So basically, we want to substitute this L with 2W minus 3. Let's do that. So we eliminate L. So look at the second equation. The second equation is 2L plus 2W equals 90. So now we want to use the equivalence of L, which is a 2W minus 3. Then plus 2W equals to 90. So what did I do? I basically changed, let me choose different color. I basically changed this L into its equivalence, which is a 2W minus 3. Okay, now we just try to solve this linear equation. So 2 times 2W, that's 4W. Then minus 2 times 3, that's 6, minus 6, plus 2W equals to 90. So we distribute 2 into 2W minus 3, we get a 4W minus 6, then plus 2W equals to 90. So now we combine like terms. 4W plus 2W, that's 6W. Then equals to 96. Right, because we move this negative 6 to the other side of the equation, and it becomes positive. So we have moved this negative 6 to the other side, it becomes positive. So 90 plus 6, that's 96. Well, we divide by 6 on both sides. Divided by 6, so W equals to 96 divided by 6, which is 16. Right? 16 times 6 is 96. Okay, if W is 16, we can go back to L. L equals to 2 times W, 2 times 16, minus 3. Right. Well, 2 times 16 is 32. 32 minus 3, 29. Okay, so for 7, we have found the length. So dimensions means length and width. So the length of the rectangular garden is 29 feet, and the width of the rectangular garden is 16 feet. All right, so very similarly, let's look at 8. So this is what, applications, right? Word problem we want to translate. We are looking for the important message, the data. So after 40% discount, you pay $690 from an air conditioner. What was the original price of the refrigerator? Oh, conditioner, right? Okay, anyway, let's keep on. So typo, right? Let's see, either conditioner or refrigerator. So let's see the original price is X. So we want to transfer this into an equation. So 40% after 40% discount. So if after 40% discount, how much did we pay for? 60%, right? So which is 1 minus 40% because 40% is discount of X, original price X equals to 690 because we only paid 690. So 40% off, we have to pay 60% of the original price. So that's a 1 minus 40%. Well, 1 is 100 over 100, right? So which is the 60% of X equals to 690. Oh, equals to Y, this is a plus. Equals to, right? This is an equal sign. So 60% of X equals to 690. Now 60% is 60 over 100. So let's multiply both sides by 100 over 60. Multiply by the inverse of 60%, which is 60 over 100. Because if we multiply 6% with 100 over 60, that becomes 1. And then, so this 0 cancel this 0, which means we divide by 10 in the numerator and in the denominator. 6 can be divided by 3, 2, and 690 can be divided by 3, which is 230. And 230, well, 2 can be divided by 10 can be divided by 2, which is 5. So we just have to do 230 times 5. So 230 multiplied by 5. Or we can think, so multiply by 5 is divided by 2 multiplied by 10. We can think that way if we don't want to use calculator. Divided by 2, then multiply by 10. Or to see 2300 divided by 2. What's that? That's a 1. So 2 goes into 1, 2 goes into 3, 1, then 5, 0. So 1150. So the original price is $1,150. So again, what did we do? So 40% discount means we have to pay the 60% of the original price. So 60% of original price equals 690. Then you could think divided by 60% on both sides or multiply by its inverse. The multiplicative inverse of 60% is 100 over 60. Then 100 divided by 60, we can cancel with 0. Divided by 10, divided by 10, so we have 10 over 6. 10 over 6 is 5 over 3. Then 690 divided by 3, that's 230. So in the end, we have 230 times 5. How do we do 230 times 5? We can just go ahead, multiply, or we think 230 times 5 is the same as 230 divided by 2 multiplied by 10. So 230 multiplied by 10 is 2300 divided by 2. So we get 1150 original price. Now let's see 9. 3 children, A, B, and C, receive, they all receive some allowance. So A receives twice as much as B. And C receives only 1/4 as much as B. So both of them, so A and C compare with B. The total allowance given is, so the total is given as this much. Okay, let's write down all this. So how much does each child receive? Let's see, Abby received A much. And Brenda received B much. And the car received C much. So total together adds up to be 75 cents. $48.75. That's one equation. Now we have other equations, right? Abby receives twice. So Abby, so A equals to, receives twice as much as Brenda. So Abby receives twice of Brenda's. That's 2 times B. And also we have C. C receives, so Carl receives only 1/4. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 of Brenda's. So that's a 1/4 of B. So we have these 3 equations, right? We just substitute A into 2B, C into quarter B, then solve the linear equation. So everything with B, we got rid of. So change A to be 2B for the first equation. In the first equation, A plus B plus C, we change A to be 2B. We keep B as B. Then we change C to be quarter B equals to 48.75. Right? You see, we only have B now. Now, like terms, we can combine all those B's. So 2B plus 1B, 3B. 3B plus quarter B. Well, 3 we can change it to be 12/4. 12/4 plus 1/4, that's 13/4. So 13/4B equals to 48.75. Now we multiply by the inverse of 13/4, which is 4/13. We multiply both sides. So B equals to 48.75 times 4 divided by 13, which is, so multiply both sides by the inverse of 13/4, which is 4/13. So we get B on the left-hand side. The right-hand side will have 48.75 multiplied by 4/13. You may use a calculator for this because this involves decimals. So let's see if 48.75 can be divided by 13. If it can be divided by 13, bingo. Yes, it's a 3.75. Then we multiply by 4. So in the end, we get a B equals to 15. So let me type that here. B equals to $15. If B equals to 15, A equals to 2 times B, which is $30. And C is 1/4 of 15. So which is just 15 divided by 4. Or 15 divided by 4, get $3.75. That's it. So we just translate the English into mathematical equations. The total allowance is, adding 3 child's allowance together, that's 48.75. Then Abby receives twice as much as Brenda. That means A equals to 2B. Carl receives only 1/4 as much as Brenda. That means C equals to quarter B. Then we use this second one and third one, substitute A with a 2B, substitute C with a quarter B. So we get this one, we get this equation. Only involves variable of B. Then that, like terms, we can combine them. So 2B plus 1B, that's 3B. 3B plus a quarter B. We need common denominators. So we change 3 to be 12 divided by 4. 3 is indeed 12 divided by 4, right? Now we have a common factor of 4, which is add the exponent numerators. So 13 plus 12 plus 1, 13. So I have 13 over 4b. Then we multiply both sides by the inverse of 13 over 4, which is 4 over 13. By doing so, the left-hand side will get a 1b. The right-hand side just have 48.75 times 4 over 13. Then 48.75 divided by 13, we get 3.75. Multiplied by 4, we get 15. So B, Brenda, has, well, Lawrence of $15. Then Abby is twice as much. So 2 times 15, 30. And Carl only receives 1/4 of it. So 15 divided by 4, that's $3.75. Okay, that's for 9. Now let's look at 10. 4 times the difference of a number and a 1, okay, is equal to 6 times the sum of the number and 3. Let's interpret this. So 4 times the difference of a number, let's call the number x, and the 1, the difference of a number and the 1 is equal to 6 times the sum of the number and the 3. Right, we translate into this equation. 4 times the difference of a number and a 1. Left-hand side. Right-hand side, 6 times the sum of the number and the 3. We just solve for this equation. So we have 4x minus 4 equals to 6x plus, or 3 times 6, 18. We need to combine like terms. We have to move around because the like terms on both sides of the equation. So maybe we'll move 4x to the other side, becomes negative. So 6x minus 4x, we get 2x. We get 2x on the left-hand side. Then on the right-hand side, on the right-hand side, so we'll move 18 to the left-hand side from the right-hand side. That's negative 18 minus 4, which is a negative 22. Okay, so I have moved the 4x to the right-hand side, becomes negative. 6x minus 4x, that's 2x. I have moved 18 from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Positive 18, move to the left-hand side, becomes negative. Negative 18 minus 4, that's negative 22. Now I divide by 2 on both sides. So x equals to negative 11. And that's it. Okay, so the translation is important here. Translation. Let's say 11. I'll finish after 13 for this one. I'll take a break. So 11 says, if 6 times a number is added to negative 7, the result is equal to 13 times the number. All right, let's go step by step. So the left-hand side is 6 times a number is added to negative 7, right? Is equal to equation 13 times the number. So we just have to solve this linear equation. So move 6x to the other side. We have a 13x, right? Keep negative 7 on this side. The other side, we have 13x minus 6x, right? Plus negative 7, just minus 7. Then 13x minus 6x, so still have a negative 7 on the left-hand side. 13x minus 6x, 7x. Then we divide by 7 on both sides, so x equals to negative 1. 12. Solve the formula for t. In this case, the solve means differently, okay? Solve means we want to write t equals to the rest of the variables. How many variables we have? We have a, we have p, we have r, we have t. So we have 4 variables. And right now, it's a is solved. A equals to p plus prt. And we want to solve for t, means we want to write t. We want to isolate t on the right-hand side and put the other 3 variables legally on the right-hand side. So t on the left-hand side, all 3 other variables on the right-hand side. So how do we do this? First, we subtract p, all right? We subtract p from both sides, or we move p from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. So the left-hand side, we have a minus p now, equals to prt, right? Now we want to solve for t, so we divide by pr on both sides. So we divide, let me use this. We divide by pr on both sides. We divide by pr on both sides. Now this is pr divided by pr equals 1t. And the other side we have a minus p divided by pr. That's it. So t is solved. T equals to a minus p divided by pr. Similarly for 13, we want to solve for r. Well, we want to solve for r, what do? We just divide by nt on both sides, right? Nt on both sides. N divided by n becomes 1, t divided by t becomes 1, so we'll have 1r on one side, and the other side will have pv divided by nt. So r is solved. Okay, the solve here doesn't mean solve our value. It means isolate the variable. So isolate the variable on one side, put everything else on the other side. I'll keep going, but I'm going to take a break now.